Welcome, race fans. Tonight we're here with the Bash 160. This is going to be the New Year's Day event here for 2021. Happy New Year's to everyone. I hopefully everybody has a good, safe holiday. And our tonight's sponsor is Fort Worth Screen Printing out of Fort Worth, Texas. So thanks to them for being on board. I know John Garrett, very nice guy. We've got a new guy in the booth here with me, helping me tonight from the UK, Yusuf. Tell me what your thoughts are. This is the first time you've seen Talladega, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my first time seeing Talladega, Rudy. Thanks for having me on board. Looking forward to casting some excellent NASCAR action. 3 races coming through tonight, 2 heats and a final, and, well, anything can happen at Talladega.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, this is the fastest. Well, I can't say that anymore. Now they come out with the new iRacing Super Speedway, which we'll be back here tomorrow night doing. Yusuf's going to help me with that as well. I appreciate that very much, Yusuf. But this was, previous to that track coming out, was the fastest oval on the circuit. And, 2.66 miles. Now, tomorrow night, that'll be 3 miles on that track. So, and that produces some humongous speed. But tonight, we're going to be talking about probably 206, 207, possibly some 208s in the draft. I don't know that for a fact, but that is really fast in miles per hour here tonight. So a lot of great drivers in here. And Yusuf, you got the lineup for tonight on the payouts, because this is a pay for money race here. So tell us what these guys can win.
Yeah, Rudy, I'm not going to lie, I'm getting a little bit jealous seeing some of those payouts, making me think maybe I should have been racing, but I would have been right at the back. I would be causing all the crashes. For first place, you got $300. Second will be $180. $135 for third. $115 for fourth, and then a measly $100 down for fifth. There's also going to be a nice $70 for the cleanest driver of the race. So we could be seeing up to 6 different drivers taking home some very nice cash winnings.
Yes, and man, we've got a huge field here tonight. Looks like right now we've got 44 drivers I'm showing in here. So we may see some pits that are doubled up tonight, because it's only 43 pit stalls on this track. But the thing that they can do now with iRacing is you can actually have some of the drivers do double up on the pit stalls. So we may see quite a few drivers. Now I see he's got 45 entries for tonight, so we may only see about 2 more guys coming along here. So yeah, heat races here tonight, a little bit different. And Yusuf, it may be something different than what you're used to seeing. I'm not sure if you watched any of the dirt races where they do the heat races and stuff. Have you done that?
I haven't seen the dirt races, but I have come through a history of karting, so I'm fully used to seeing heats going into a finals. We were talking to the event organizer, do heats and a final, 20 drivers in each of the heats, so 25 drivers in the final. So Rudy, sadly, I don't think we will be seeing any double stacking in the pit lane, as a maximum of 25 drivers on a grid at any given time.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, now that I thought about that, you are correct. All right. Well, we're just a few minutes away from the national anthem here, and they will be having a drivers meeting here coming up, and I think they got a little bit longer qualifying effort here tonight, so that'll give them time to get the drivers meeting in there. But Yusuf and I'll try to keep you company here. Hopefully everybody enjoys the show here tonight. I see a lot of our regulars in there. Becky, Logan. How's everybody doing? Milky Cereal. Brendan, how you doing, Brendan? So a lot of our regulars in chat there. So I think you guys are in for a good treat here tonight with the heat races. I think this is going to be something that I think I've only done one time where a league wanted to do heat races at a super speedway. I know my overlays can handle it. I'm not sure how it's going to work out. We'll have to wait and see. This is not something that we normally do, so bear with me a little bit there, folks. Kind of a little bit of a learning curve for myself as well. So, all right, well, we're going to step away for the national anthem here in just a minute, folks. And Yusuf, any last words you got to say before we cut away for the national anthem?
Really looking forward to the race. I love the heat system. It should be a banger.
Oh yeah, I think so too, man. And these cars are depending on the heat out there, which I didn't even look at. Let's take a look at the race analytics here real quick, just to see. Oh my gosh, look at that track temperature, 128 degrees. Whoa, that's going to be hot and slick out there. And that's going to actually make some different stuff going on to you, so that they won't be able to draft, nose to tail very long.
Yeah, I'd love to comment on the temperature, but I'm a UK boy. My mind's in degrees Celsius. I'm thinking 110 degrees Celsius. Why? The water's already boiling. I need to get my good old converter out quickly.
Yeah, it's hot. Believe me, 128 degrees is hot. All right, folks, we're going to cut away to the national anthem. We'll be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we're back, folks. They're just finishing up practice here, and then we'll be on to qualifying. I believe they're going to have a little driver's meeting first, but we'll try to keep you up to speed here of what's going on.
I'm sure, Rudy, we can have a bit of banter going on between ourselves while the drivers get briefed before we head on into some action where we finally get to see the drivers showing us what they're capable of. And I mentioned before we threw to the break that I really like the heat system, and the reason for that is, we get to see the drivers in action before the final, before that point where everything matters, and we get an idea of who we think is going to be towards that front end of the field and who will be likely to be taking home those beautiful $300.
I know it. It's going to be exciting. One thing I was going to say about this is watching these guys, we all know the super speedways, you can go from the front to the back in less than a lap, or you can go from the back to the front in one lap. So, it's all about keeping yourself in that position in order to, get that good position right there. So, let's see here. I'm trying to remember.
And of course, when we're talking about NASCAR as well, you can go from the front to the back in an instant. A little tap with someone else's front end, and you could be spinning across the field. And I guess when you're in that situation, you're kind of hoping that you can collect as many cars as you can with you so that you've got the best chance of making it through to the finals.
Well, they have 3 green-white checkers here tonight if they need them. And so we'll be watching for that. And they do have 1 reset. Now, that's 1 reset, I believe, per heat. I believe that's how that works. Because if you used your reset in the first heat, and then you wouldn't have it for the second or the third. So I'm assuming that it's for each heat.
Well, Rudy, you were the one telling me that NASCAR and oval racing, you've got so much stuff to think about. And this, it just adds a little bit more for the drivers to consider. You have that little bit of a contact, little bit of a damage, and you have to think, you know, do you go for repairs straight away? Do you save, you know, that get out of jail free card for the finals?
Yeah. And then, you know, another thing too, their use of, you know, these cars do not take damage well. The least little bit of damage on a fender or the hood, and it slows them down. So, and now you may be able to hold on to the draft of the car ahead of you, but you may not, you know, you could be a good pusher, but you may not be a good leader. So keeping yourself behind somebody when you got a little bit of damage on that car is going to be pretty vital.
Yeah, and I mean, in my opinion, I think if there is any damage and you do have to use that get out of jail free card, in my opinion, I think you got to use it in the heats, because if you use it in the finals, I think you're already at the stage that if you have to use that get out of jail free card in the finals, you're no longer going to be in the contention for those top 5 spots. So use that get out of jail free card, make sure you get to the finals, and then, you know, deal with the hurdles in the finals when you get there.
Well, right now we've got Jerry Banty at the top of the leaderboard. Brandon Gagnon, I guess is Gagnon. Matthew Baker, Hunter Parsons, and Rick Cole are the top 5. Oh, that just changed. Shane Ledoux goes to 5th. And Rick Seabrand's back to the top of the leaderboard. Wow, nice lap by Rick Seabrand.
Yeah, those 51.3s are coming in thick and fast. What do you reckon, Rudy? Do you think we might be seeing a 51.2 coming through?
No. 51.2 is pretty fast. I don't. That's going to be very tough to beat, a 51.2.
Well, we'll see whether it comes through. Only 200ths away. It could be possible. I mean, the gap from first to second is currently 200ths of a second. So, who knows? And of course, if I'm not mistaken, all of the drivers have their own clean piece of tarmac. There's no one else around them, because if there were, we could be getting a little bit of bump drafting going along in qualifying.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, no, because they're single car qualifying. They're not out there as a pack. It's single car qualifying, so there would be no bump drafting.
And Rudy, we've got that 51.2 coming in. We've got a 51.30 as well. So we have got into the .2s. I definitely don't think we're going to be getting a .1, but is that enough for pole?
Yeah, that's going to be the whole key thing right there. If Rick Seabrands can hold on to that pole position. And don't forget, there is a $70 bounty on the cleanest driver out here. So the guy that does not get any damage on his car could walk away with $70 in his pocket just by, even if you finish dead last, you don't have any damage, get $70.
I do wonder if we're going to be seeing any drivers having that perfectly clean race, 0 incident points throughout. And at the moment, less than 0.2 of a second separating the entire field. And that's another 51.2 coming in from the 66 car, 51.280.
Yeah, that's John Garrett, the lead or the sponsor for tonight. Fort Worth Screen Printing, John Garrett. I know John from another league that he was a sponsor in. Great guy, just a great competitor out there too. And I'm going to tell you what, he's going to be tough on these super speedways. Watch out for him and Rick Seabrands, Mark Mann up there. Those three are some of the greatest super speedway racers out there, I think, tonight. And we're going to see some really tough challenges for a lot of folks.
It's going to be tough to say the least, and I'm sure those cash prizes might just be giving a little bit more incentive and making the tougher guys even tougher. Maybe the pushovers, maybe they're going to become the tough guys as well.
That's true. That is true. That can happen. That can happen. Well, we got about a little less than 4 minutes left in qualifying here. They got a lengthy qualifying because they're trying to get a driver's meeting in there as well, so...
We'll Well, the drivers' meeting has been done and dusted. I'm sure they've all been told to keep their noses nice and clean. I'm sure nobody wants to be seeing any incidents coming through. 2 heats, 15 laps each, and into a final 30-lap race. Things are going to be tight, and at the moment, well, it is definitely tight in qualifying. As we mentioned, 1/10 of a second now separating the entire field.
Yeah, isn't that something? Unbelievable.
Impressive.
Unbelievable.
So I'm seeing the 21 car pulling to a stop. That's his set of quali laps done for now. Who else is out there improving and could maybe put a spanner in the works of our current front row of those 2 drivers, the only 2 drivers who have got into the 51-2s?
And we got a couple of pro drivers out there too, Malik Ray and Garrett Maines, a couple of black stripers out there. So these guys may, I don't know, they might go out there and try to put on a clinic tonight, Yusuf, and show these young bucks how to do this. I don't know. You know, I mean, this kind of evens the playing field a little bit when you got pro drivers in there. This is kind of a shooting match here. Anybody can win this. It's just getting yourself in the right place at the right time to walk away with that win. And these heat races, you don't want to be eliminated in them 2 heat races. You want to be able to make it to the feature. Only 25 drivers go on to the feature, so it's going to be vitally important to keep yourself up there in the front in these first 2 heat races.
Yep. Need to stay at the sharp end of the field and not let yourself, drifted too far back. Just make sure you're in that spot. Again, it's going to be the top 10 or so from each of the heats making their way into the finals.
Right. And the top 5, they're advanced on qualifying time. So, it's going to be just as important to have a good qualifying time here as well, because that'll be the other 5 to make up the 25, 10 from each heat race, and the 5 that advance on the qualifying time. So it'll be pretty important here to have a good qualifying time. And I think everybody has taken the time that is going to qualify. Got a couple guys just coming down pit road here. William Thompson, he's coming into his pit stall there in the number 24 car, the DuPont Chevrolet.
Well, less than a minute remaining, so that's not, it's just about enough time to do an outlap. So anyone who hasn't got on out of the pits just yet, that's it for them. And that's their qualifying session done and dusted.
And I don't think there was any money advanced to the guy with the pole. So Rick Seabrands will walk away with the pole, but no money in his pocket just yet. He's going to have to race his way into that money race coming at the end. So now the thing to watch for is make sure you don't get that dreaded bumper hook, because it is so nasty here right now. The last build they had where the bumper hook had kind of disappeared, or half disappeared, where we didn't see it near as much. And this newest build here now, it's back with a vengeance, believe me. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for qualifying. And we'll get everybody on the grid here. All right, let's mark them down here on the grid. Rick Seabrands walking away with the pole, the 51.272. Congratulations to him for grabbing the pole. John Garrett will start on the outside in second. Mark Mann starting third. Malik Ray, one of the black stripers in there tonight, showing these guys how it's done. He will start from the 4th position. Jerry Banty in 5th. Dalton Martin 6th. Justin Batello, I believe it is Batello, will start 7th. Todd Macy will start 8th. Kyle Macy, I don't know if they're brothers, cousins, dad, son, whatever, but he will be starting in 9th. And Crystal King 10th. Yusuf?
Yeah, and I just realized, actually, Rudy, I don't have a visual currently on the bottom 10, so you're going to have to take that away from me.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, Garrett Maines will start 11th, Kristen Sanford 12th, Bobby Anderson 13th, Brandon Gagnon, whatever, will start in 14th, Matthew Baker starting 15th, Matthew Lee starting 16th, Carl Staton 17th, Ryan Battle will start 18th, Hunter Parsons 19th, Joshua Abbey, I guess it is, will start 20th, Jeffrey Vickery 21st, Braxton DeWeese 22nd, Jay Jensen 23rd, Greg Wellen 24th, Ron Morris Jr. starting 25th, Tyler Payne 26th, Wyatt Martin 27th, Austin Trombley 28th, Heath Snyder 29th, Christopher Hockley 30th, John Ernst will start 31st, Shane Ledoux 32nd, Rick Cole 33rd, Jeremy Rigney 34th, Ed Fowler 35th, Tillman Hauer will start 36th, Nicholas Ford 37th, David Emmy will start 38th, J.R. Miller 39th, Robert Yost will start 40th, Jeffrey Wallace 41st, Stephen Miller will start 42nd, Andrew Hansley 43rd, Nick Horvath, I guess it is Horvath, start 44th, and William Thompson 45th.
There we go then. On the formation lap, the rolling start about to get underway. We're going to wait for that pace car to head on in, and then we're going to be racing for the first time here tonight at Talladega.
Yeah, and this is the first of the 2 heat races. The first. Okay, can you see that at the bottom?
I cannot.
Okay, well, let me try something different here. Okay, let me try that. If I go, I don't know, you may have to blow this up, but see if you can see that.
Yep, that's good.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Pace car heads to pit road. Dalton Martin bringing him around for the first, for the start here of the first heat.
They're just waiting to pull the pin. Dalton Martin will lead the way.
Green flag.
There they
Where does he
go.
go?
Green flag's out.
It's not a great start for P2 either, who's going to drop down behind a P3 as they're going to slot in, or one behind the other through turns 1 and 2. And the man who started P2 will drop all the way down to a P4 as he holds on to the high side all the way around turns 1 and 2 here at Talladega.
Yeah, nobody's going with him out there right now. You know, the thing of it is, you've got to remember, you only got 15 laps. You cannot mess around. You cannot wait. If you're going to make an aggressive move, you've got to do it early to try to get up there to the front. If you lay back, you're going to be out of it. You're going to lose the drive. The race is going to be over for you. So right now,
and you can...
Dalton Martin taking the lead.
Dalton Martin takes a lead. We can see 3-4 on the high side, and that looks to be the 23, I think, who's looking to join the others on the high side. Dalton Martin still leading the way.
Back in the back here a little ways, Christopher Hockley. As you see the field starting to get separated a little bit. You got cars that are laying back. Stephen Miller, Robert Yost, and Nick Horvath. No, I don't want to be them 3 back there. They're laying back too far. They're going to wind up losing the ground. Back up in the front.
Yeah, definitely looks like they'll be losing the draft. Dalton Martin now might be starting to feel the heat just a little bit from P2 as they get closer and closer together. And as you mentioned as well, Rudy, you can clearly start to see those 2 separate trains of cars are now practically side by side.
Yeah. Yes, they are. The outside line has got together now, so they are moving.
You have to remember with that outside line, you're just going to be carrying that little bit more speed. So any kind of time that you lose through the banking, you'll pick back up on the straight. And then, of course, you know, a little bit less tire wear as well when you're on the high side.
There you go. There's riding along here with Crystal King. Oh, we have a caution. Oh, what was that caution? That was Shane Ledoux. And it looks like David Emig, I guess. Boy, he is damaged really bad. Let's go back and take a look at this.
So what happens here then?
I don't know what. Oh, he got a little bump there. Looks like he made some contact going into the corner there on the number 69 of Joshua Abe. Yeah, right there. And he had to check up and he got sideways and he comes down and right across the track. Oh my gosh. Look at that. We got a bunch of them. Shane Ledoux into it. Timothy Hauer, he is involved. So, but oh my gosh, yeah, there's a bunch of them involved in that one.
Yeah,
well,
big crash. 4 drivers as well, and 3 of them just complete passengers. Absolutely nothing they can do about it.
Right. Well, looks like Tillman takes his car behind the wall. He is out. Now they do have a reset. Not, you know, if it was me, I would go in and use that reset, get back out on the track. But as you're racing for that position, remember only the top 10 advance. Top 10 advance.
And they need to make sure as well that they use that reset and come out in front of that pace car, because if they come out behind, that is their race pretty much done and dusted. So they need to get that reset done and they need to get out quickly.
That is a fact. But what do you think of the high speeds here, Yusuf?
Oh, it's been pretty tense so far. 12 laps to go here at Talladega. Still Dalton Martin leading the way, but I'm quite interested, Rudy, to see how the man in P2 will look to start this race, because with that first race start, we saw the man in P2 drop all the way down, to about 5th to 6th place on that high side. So I wonder if this will be a case of someone just, you know, taking a breather, just slotting into P3, making sure that they get on the low side for that race start.
Right. Yeah, this isn't the kind of racing that you kind of want to not be right on it when they start the race, because if you miss that start or miss a gear or anything, you're going to be off the pace, and we've seen that happen really quick there. And yeah, I hate to see that. I hate to see that happen to drivers. It happens all the time. You cannot be asleep on these restarts. You got to be right on it. When you see that, when you see that leader go, you go.
Yep. Eyes on the man alongside you or the man in front of you. If you're starting in P3, maybe give them a little bit of a help on the start. But you know, these race starts is the only real time where you're, you know, really accelerating. At the rest of it, you're consistently doing, you know, those 200-mile-an-hour plus around the entire circuit. So, you know, it's not often then that you're in this position where, you know, you have to nail the starts, getting each and every gear shift absolutely spot on.
Well, let's get a word in with Robert Yost here. Robert, you got a copy?
I do.
Well, how you been there, brother?
I tried to play a little strategy there, and it almost cost me if you didn't see that.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be kind of rough out there. We were just talking about how you guys have got to be right on that loud pedal. Once the leader goes, you got to go with them, and you can't, you know, slide back and try to get 3 or 4 seconds behind that front pack. You're going to lose the draft, and then your chances are gone out the window. Only the top 10 make it, and you're up to 12th, so you've got to do some digging.
Just a little bit of digging. Perhaps Mustang to the front.
Robert, you're right on the cusp as well of P10. You're pretty much touching it. Do you think you can pull it off?
Oh, this is a gambling's game. It's all about luck, so we'll see what dice we roll here.
All right, buddy. Well, we're going to let you go. Good luck out there.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir.
Nice to hear from Robert in the middle of the race.
Well, Dalton Martin now has opted to start on the high side, which is a strategy in its own because the guy on the inside cannot pass him before that start-finish line. If he was on the inside, the guy on the outside could actually, once they get the green flag, could pass him before they start to get to the start-finish line, and that's legal. But if he starts on the outside, that guy on the inside cannot pass him before that start-finish line. So it's a good way to keep them in check, and he can drop it right down in front of him and retain that lead. So it's a good, smart strategy for Dalton right now, and we'll have to see how this pays off for him.
Speaking of being a bit smart, Dalton Martin just weaving a little bit, just trying to keep the heat in the tires ever so slightly. Nobody else around him really weaving. They're just watching. They're just keeping alongside. Of course, pace car still out at the moment. 10 laps to go here at Talladega. When does pace car peel off into the pits?
Well, I'll let you get them going here. They're going into turn 3 now. When they come out of turn 4, it's a little ways to the start-finish line. Now, apparently, they can go any time after that pace car drops in. I thought they could only go on green, but each league does their own thing that way. They leave that up to the race leader. So I'll let you get them going.
Pace car pulls off into the pit lane. Dalton Martin will be leading the way from Gagnon and Lee, your top 3. Dalton Martin, when does he put the pedal to the metal? The loud pedal, as you like to call it, Rudy. And we are back racing at Talladega.
Green flag.
And it's not the best of starts from Dalton Martin.
Yeah.
He was wanting to get a little bit higher up, and the 04 car is right on his tail, pushing Dalton Martin forward, as now we have a bit of a 1, 2, 3 lead group of cars.
Yeah, that breakaway is going to cost some people, but here's another thing to that whole strategy. By doing that, if you get too big of a jump out there, Yusuf, those guys will reel you in and get such a run by you. There will be nothing they can do to stop that from happening. Right now, Christian Sanford is in that position that he can make something happen. We'll have to see if he can, if they can get a good enough push on this outside. We're coming to 8 to go this time by, and that has starting to reel them in. So we'll see if Dalton and the 3 up front there can hold these guys off.
Yeah, Dalton still leads, as you mentioned. Christian Sanford is a little bit back, but he's got a big slipstream and a big closing stream in the 3-way lead group. Well, it's going to become so much more here at Talladega. There's practically no gap now between Christian Sanford and the leading 3 as 2 packs merge into 1 here at Talladega. 8 laps to go in the race, and it is still, pardon me, your race leader remains the same. And now we're starting to see some cars opting for the high side. None of the top of 4 opting for the high side just yet.
Yes, sir. Ryan Battle goes to that outside, but try to get some takers up there. That's going to be the trouble. Tyler Payne, he jumps up there with them. That's going to help that outside line a lot. You've got to have at least 4 cars up there to actually be faster than that inside lane, because the inside lane is the fastest way around this track. It's the closest to the middle, so therefore it technically and theoretically, mathematically, is the shortest way around the track. So therefore it's going to be the quickest way around the track. So you've got to be just that a little bit faster on that outside line to make any progress. And we're starting to see that happen now. And there we go. Jump to the outside. Matthew Lee, he goes to the outside.
Yeah,
They dumped
Matthew
off
Lee going to the
Dalton.
outside. He might be able to take the lead, and I think he has done it as well.
Yeah.
He takes the lead away for the first time from Dalton Martin. But the battle isn't not over yet, because he's actually just lost the lead himself. The outside line, the high side, is paying dividends.
Yes, they had such a huge run there that actually let both of them go to the bottom. And with that momentum the upper line had right there, they kept that momentum up. Now, when you go into the corners, this is where you'll see the inside line is a little faster, Yusuf. But coming out of the corners, the outside line regains that speed, and they will be faster on the outside. You'll see them come back on the outside, just like they're doing right now. And Brandon goes back to the lead. Will it be enough to get to the line and lead a lap here? That remains to be seen. It looks like he will do it. Yep, big push there from Braxton Deweese.
Yeah, patience is the name of the game
Yes.
right now. Brandon Gagnon dropping down a little bit in the 83 car.
They try to get that side draft off of these cars. You know, they can get a little side draft off that inside line. That helps with the speed making up. And that's what a lot of guys like to try to do. They try to get into that corner. They try to sneak down there sometimes and get a little side draft. Now, that takes a lot of trust on that guy on the inside line. You've got to be able to trust that guy to hold a good, steady line. If he does not hold a good, steady line, it's not going to be a good thing. And if he swerves up into you, and you know, he could take you out and a bunch of guys. So right now, everything seems to be good. We're at 4 to go for heat race number 1.
4 to go here at Talladega. For a second, I thought the high side wasn't paying off, but again, you know, less turning angle through the corners. You can carry a little bit more speed, and then that speed just helps you out massively on the straights. And Matthew Lee looking at, well, actually, he's dropped out of the lead, that high side, that extra speed. And, well, he has well and truly lost the lead now because your new race leader, Brandon Gagnon, has dropped to the low side.
Yeah, and this is what these guys do. They kind of leapfrog their way to the front, you know. You'll get the number 16 there, Ryan Battle. Now he will push the 8 car there of Braxton Deweese and try to get Braxton out ahead of Brandon. And once he does, that leaves it open for him. And I think we just had a wreck there. Oh, we did.
Yellow
But
flag is out.
there's the yellow. Okay, it is out. So we will be going into a green, white, yellow here, it looks like. Or green, white, checkered, excuse me. Let's go back and take a look here. It looked like there was some contact made here. They were 3 wide. They were 3 wide for a minute. And going into turn 1, David got really loose. And see, this is a product of these cars. If you oversteer on that steering wheel just a little bit too much, that's the kind of stuff that happens to you right there, especially at 128-degree track temperature.
You got to feel bad as well. Is that the 83 car, I think, just getting caught up in that? He almost avoided the incident.
I think it was, yeah. Well, maybe not. I'm not sure who that was, but yeah, somebody else did get caught up in it there. So, but they'll be okay. He's going to get caught back up. The 2, 31, these guys all get caught back up here. Yeah, it's one right ahead of him, 82. Yeah, he's the one that got caught up in it. Yep, pretty good guess.
Well,
all right,
once
so
again, though. Oh, pardon me.
We will go into green, white, checkered here. Oh, wow,
Laps
it's a
to go
green,
at
white.
Talladega. Brandon Gagnon leads the way. And I tell you what, Dalton Martin, he's been dropping down the order steadily in that little stint that we had. And I think he finds himself down in, what, P6 or something like that?
Dalton Martin, no, he's in 3rd.
P4. Oh, yes, P4. Well,
3.
if he drops down much, P3. If he drops down much further, he might be finding himself on the cusp of that P10 spot.
Right.
And he'll be hoping he can stay well and truly in the top 10. He's definitely got the pace for it. I mean, the man qualified in pole.
Yeah, that's right. But it's having a partner to help you get there is you know, and that's a big thing. It's a huge thing. Well, we got enough time. Let's see if we can get a word in with, I'm just looking for people that are in Discord here with us. Greg Wellen, you got a copy.
Yeah, Dr. Rob Clear, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Well, working your way up there a little bit at a time, but now with only 3 to go, you're going to have 2 to go when you get the green. Keeping yourself in this top 10 could be a task.
Yeah, I've definitely got a big target on my back right now, but I'm obviously going to give it all I got. It's coming up to the end of the race. You know how I roll. I'll be up there.
No, that's what you got to do. I mean, how aggressive do you got to be out here knowing that these guys are all eager to try to stay in that top 10?
You got to go for it, no matter what. You can't sit back and think you're safe. You'll end up out on the outside looking in real quick. And, you know, going forward wins races.
True. That is true. All right. So what's the plan? You got a teammate working with you?
Ironically, Joshua Abbey and I have run in a couple leagues together, and we work real well together. So if he gets on my bumper, we're going to have a good time right here. Hopefully put on a good show.
Well, I have no doubt in my mind that's what you guys will put out here tonight is a good show. Yeah, 2 to go, so we'll let you go there, Greg, and wish you the best of luck, okay?
10-4, good to talk to you again.
All right, what room were you in? Waiting room?
Just general.
Okay, all right, good luck. All right.
Awesome to hear from Greg. He sounds very confident, doesn't he, Rudy?
Yes, yeah. But like he said, he does have a target on his back right now because he's inside that top 10. And those that are from 11th on back, they want to be inside that top 10. Oh, he's right. He does have a target on his back right now.
I think even the guys who are driving in the second race have a target on his back as well. They want his spot as well right now, but we'll have to see what he can pull off in P9. He'll be hoping to climb up the order just a little bit and maybe even get himself a better starting position for the final race. But our eyes surely are on this man. Brandon Gagnon leads the way, took the lead in that, first real set of laps that we had. And he looks to be in pretty good control of things right now.
Yeah, I think he, with him starting 5th, and he was pretty aggressive, as you heard Greg say there just a minute ago. You've got to be very aggressive here. The races are short; they're just heat races. You want to lock yourself into the final round. So you've only got 2 laps to make this happen to finish in that top 10. So. It's going to be pretty interesting to see who's going to make it in there. We'll probably only have a few seconds to maybe run down through the top 3 because once this switches over, my overlays switch over, and then we can't find it. So we'll try to do the best that we can here. I apologize for it, but we'll try to get that. We'll just try
the lights are out
mark
on the pace
top 3.
car. Yeah, we'll try to keep an eye out on those top 3, Gagnon, Lee, and Martin. Lights off on the pace car, so it will be heading in at the end of this lap, and we're going to be having a 2-lap sprint to the end, Rudy.
Yeah, this is going to be wild, intense. We're going to see probably some 3-wide attempts here. This track is plenty wide enough for 3-wide, Yusuf, and I've seen 4-wide, and I've seen guys do it time and time again. It makes me very nervous to see that because I don't want to see anybody get wrecked out. And believe me, these guys, when it goes even 3-wide, they are white knuckle on the steering wheel. You can bet. Nobody's kicked back right now, relaxed. Everybody's up on their steering wheel. They're up on the edge of their seat, and they are chomping at the bit here. Get it to go on green and see what they can do. We're gonna get them going here. So bear with us, folks. We will get there. Just hang on. We still have 2 more green, white checkered attempts if we need them. But all they got to do is make it to the white flag and the race is over. All right, pace car heads to pit road. Brandon on the outside, Matthew Lee on the inside. Let's see what they got. Looks like Brandon's going to hold him back till we get around to the trial over here, but he could go at any time and catch these guys sleeping. Bad part of that is you go too quick, you get yourself out there, a shotgun start on the field like that, and man, they will just gobble you right up. Okay, he's going, dropped it to the bottom, and they're wrecking already in the field.
Yellow flag.
Oh my gosh, so we're going to green, white checkered attempt number 2, folks. I don't know exactly what, somebody got spun here. Going back to look at this. It was right on the start. I don't know if somebody spun the tires or...
Maybe a bit too eager on the throttle. Where is the incident then?
Okay, somebody didn't go, and then it kind of, okay, right there. Yeah, somebody did not go, and it stacked them up right there, and there was a lot of bumping in the rear bumper right there by a few cars, and that caught the 29, and he is going to go around sideways. That's really unfortunate for him, though, but yeah, I'm trying to find him on here. Is that 59? I think it's 59. I might have been looking at the number wrong. Yeah, he got rear-ended. And boy, look at that. Oh man, he started. Yeah, once he got sideways like that, he was a sitting duck. So Tyler Payne getting spun on this restart.
Yeah, definitely not what Tyler Payne would have wanted, not what the doctor ordered at all. We're back to caution with 3 to go. And hopefully the next restart will be a little bit cleaner than that restart.
Yeah. Well, it's the bad thing about this, you know, when you get out here, and don't forget just how hot these temperatures are out here, Brandon, or Yusuf, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Brandon. But let's take a look at the temperatures right now. They're 130 degrees on the track. So that's very hot. And these guys have been out here for 15 laps on these tires. So, you know, you got to consider when they go to start, you got to be either prepared for somebody to rear end you because they're anxious to get going, or their guys are taking it easy on these restarts to make sure they don't spin them tires.
Yep. And the man we were talking to not too long ago, Robert Yost, he's down now in P14. Remember, he was in P12 when we spoke to him. So his race has got a little bit worse. He's a little bit further out from that top 10. With a 2-lap sprint to the end, his chances are starting to look a little bit bleak.
Yeah. Well, let's get a word in with, I see Austin Trombley's in here. Let me see if I can get him down here. Austin, you got a copy? Austin, you got a copy?
I do.
Well, you got yourself right now in a position where to make it into the top 10, you've got to pick up one more position to make it in. Who are you working with back here, and what is your strategy plan?
Sad to say, I haven't really worked with anybody. I don't know anyone in here. Just goal is get top 10 and make it to the show.
Well, that's the most important thing. Can you tell us from your perspective what happened on that restart? What did you see?
They seemed to play a little restart games. They jumped a little bit, and I went to go with them, and they checked hard, and I tried pulling up so I wouldn't get rear-ended, but it's just race circumstances, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was one of them deals. Well, being the track's 130 degrees, when you hit the throttle on that green start, are you kind of a little bit lazy on the throttle, or you just put the hammer down?
Oh, I'm sending it, bud. I want to make the show.
I don't blame you there, man. That's good. All right, well, we'll let you go, Austin. Good luck out there, brother.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, he's ready to go.
He is ready to go, and Austin Trombley will be hoping for that one extra position. Maybe he'll be taking it away from the man that we spoke to not too long ago, Greg Wellen, who's still in P9. Oh, is he down to P10?
Yeah. Yep, he's in 10th. That's right where he started, too.
Well, Greg Wellen and Austin Trombley, that's the battle for P10 right now. The two people that we were able to interview not too long ago. Lights still out on the pace car. It won't be coming in just yet. That 2-lap sprint to the end, not too far away.
Yeah, these their fuel and tires are not a problem, so they don't have to worry about it. But two drivers dropping out, David Emick, I guess it is, and Tillman Hauer, those two dropping out, so they will not be making the final show. Only the top 10 here will go on to the feature. Heat race number 2 will be coming up as soon as we finish this one, folks, so stay with us. Make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video if you don't mind. And if it's your first time here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you get notified every time we do go live here on MaxspeedTV. We'd appreciate that.
Yep. I've already hit that subscribe button last night. And
very good.
Need to hit the bell as well, of course, to get all of those juicy updates. But good news, Rudy. The lights are out on the pace car. We're going to be racing at the end of this lap.
Get them going.
I'm sure all of the drivers are hoping for the same. I'm sure all of the drivers in Heat 2 are saying the same. They want to be getting out on track. They want to be showing us what they're made of. But for now, we just need to wait for 2 more laps. Well, that is if the race remains incidentless.
Right. Well, join Yusuf and I tomorrow night. We'll be back here with another broadcast at the iRacing Super Speedway, the 3-mile oval that just came out in the latest build. We'll be back here on the call for that tomorrow night. It's not going to be a big field, but let me tell you, Yusuf, these guys are hitting 240 miles an hour on that track, plus 240 plus, I should say, in the draft. So it's amazing. It's fast. You got no time to react to anything that happens out there. And that's a part of the problem with the super speedway, like stuff like this, is things happen in milliseconds. A guy gets out of shape. A guy turns a little bit. A guy bumps you. Things happen so fast. You have absolutely no time to react to anything, you know? So.
Yep. And well, what the drivers do have time to is the pace car diving in. They'll have plenty of time to react to that. They've seen it pull in. And Brandon Gagnon leads the way once again here at Talladega. A 2-lap sprint to the end. How hard will he pull the trigger?
He's on it.
Green, green, green.
We are back racing in Talladega, and it's a really good start for the high side. Brandon Gagnon flies off into the distance, and Deweese is going to try to follow him. He's on the high side, and he's actually going to have to drop all the way back down into P4. Gagnon from Lee, from Martin, from Deweese.
Yeah, Dalton actually had to go back to 4th. So, and that was our pole sitter. And he just hoping maybe he can get a hook up there from Christian Sanford, and those guys can go to the outside and try to pull us off. But if they're going to make a move, Yusuf, they're going to have to do it now or forever hold their peace, because they're coming to get the white flag this time by.
They are, and the front 3 have broken away from the rest of the pack. Will there be enough slipstream for those behind it to use this to their advantage? Because Lee is all over the back of Gagnon as we make our way into turns 1 and 2 for the final time, or at least the final time of Heat 1 here at Talladega.
Yeah, and boy, Lee is all over the back. When is he going to pull out? Now, he's probably going to hold that thought. You never know. Those guys might just say, you know what? I'm not really racing for the win here. I'm racing to get into the final feature. We've got the top 3. Let's just ride right now. Let's take the 3 rather than taking a chance on wrecking each other out. But for the win here, Brandon Gagnon is going to get it here. Looks like he is going to win it. So congratulations to Brandon. Matthew Lee will come in 2nd, and Braxton Deweese 3rd. So congratulations to Brandon.
Yeah, good job from Brandon to take the win in the opening heat of the night. A good win as well. He held it from the moment he got past and took the lead. I think after about, 5 laps in, led half the way after getting past Dalton Martin.
All right, well, let's get down here on the grid for grid number 2. Let's see if this is right here. No, this is not right. Why is that not right? I'm not sure why that's not right. But anyhow, Justin Othello, I guess that's how you say his name. Othello. Kyle Macy will start on the outside. Garrett Maines 3rd. Bobby Anderson 4th. Matthew Baker 5th. Carl Stanton 6th. Hunter Parsons 7th. Jeffrey Vickery 8th. Jay Jensen 9th. Ron Morris Jr. will start 10th. Wyatt Martin in 11th. Heath Snyder 12th. John Ernst will start 13th. Rick Cole 14th. Ed Fowler 15th. Nicholas Ford in 16th. J.R. Miller starting in 17th. Jeffrey Wallace 18th. Andrew Hansley, the 4th, will start in 19th. And William Thompson rounds out the top 20 here for heat number 2.
Yep, heat number 2, another 15 laps to come. And let's see how this race start goes, because remember back in the opening heat, that high side really did not fare well. And let's see if it's a case of deja vu, because, well, even in the opening heat, with the exception of that first start, the high side did all right, but that very first getaway was definitely low side favored.
Well, this should be just as exciting as the first one here, Yusuf. You know, I talk about this a lot. A lot of my regular viewers probably hear me say this a ton of times. This is probably some of the most intense racing you'll ever witness, because there is so much for the drivers to pay attention to out there. They not only got to watch how close they get to the person in front of them, that they don't, overheat their cars. They don't want to bumper hook the car ahead of them. They've got cars beside them, on to the right, to the left, in front, in back, and you're doing 206 or 207 mile an hour in the draft with no time to react to anything. So tell me that's not intense.
Oh, it is intense, to say the least. It's
All right,
about
here we go.
to get a bit more intense.
Yes.
As you mentioned, Rudy, that pace car pulling on in.
Like Justin's going to kind of hold him back here a little bit. He's running actually the title sponsor car, the sponsor car, I should say, the Fort Worth, Texas screen running on the hood, flash and go on the side there. So let's see what they do here. He's holding back, and green flags in the air. We're underway here for heat race number 2 at Talladega.
Yeah, and it's a good start from Botello. He leads the way again. Not the greatest start from the high side. The man who started P2 will slot down now into a P3. And off the top of 4, I've opted for the high side, but we are starting to get a few stragglers looking for that top side on the opening lap here at Talladega.
Well, Yusuf, we got another black striper in here. Garrett Maines started in the Coca-Cola series, I believe, this year. So I wish him the best of luck out there. I know Garrett from quite a while ago, but I wish him the best of luck in that Coca-Cola series. I mean, it's tough to get in that, and very awarding. Very it's a good on your ego, I can tell you that. I mean, he's got to be feeling really good about himself. Running the Smithfield number 1 car right now. Kyle Macy in 3rd.
Yeah, let's see what Kyle Macy can pull off as those top 4 starting to get closer and closer together. Do any of them open for the high side? Because there is a group of high side runners starting to really close in to that top 3, and now more and more cars opting for that high side.
Yeah, Hunter Parsons up there bringing that high line to life is what we'll be seeing in the first one there, that they had made some progress, and it wasn't that it couldn't be done. Like I said, you've got to have about at least 4 cars up there to be as fast or faster than the inside line. So, and knowing you can kind of support them guys on the inside there, or trust them, and not to hold their line and not wiggle, you can get down there and get a little side draft in the corner that would make them a lot faster. But right now, Hunter Parsons content to ride in 4th. They've got a long race to go here.
Yeah, Hunter Parsons starting down at P7, now up to P4, and will be sliding past P3 as well. Hunter Parsons jumping to that high side early is really paying off for him.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Garrett Maines didn't jump to the outside line. Oh, there he goes. It's like, oh, well, I guess he's not. He kind of backed out of that. But I was really kind of surprised that Garrett didn't jump out there a little quicker. But good effort.
Mind right now.
Jay Jensen into 5th.
Yeah, he needs to go over to that high side on the exit of the corner so that he can use that low side just to try to squeeze ahead of the man in P3, and then use that cheeky old bump drop to get ahead. But I think we're at a point right now where there is going to be no return, because Mace is just getting further and further up the order.
Boy, Botello just wiggled there right in front of Garrett Maines. Man, that was kind of scary, because, boy, if he would have wiggled out into Hunter Parsons right there, that would have wrecked almost all the whole field except for Garrett Maines, probably. Oh, my gosh, that was close. You see these
Very
guys
close.
wiggle, and if you can save a wiggle like that, let me tell you, Yusuf, just like you just seen the guy catch that oval, or the tri-oval right there. I think that was Carl Stanton. No, I take that back. Yeah, it was Carl Stanton. He caught that tri-oval, the yellow line on the tri-oval. That is no man's land. You do not want to touch that down there, let me tell you, Yusuf.
Yep, and Carl Stanton will be looking to stay well away from that orange line. And dare I jinx it, but we haven't had a caution yet. It's been nice, clean racing from everyone. 12 to go, but that man, Hunter Parsons, he's on a charger, flying up the order. He's now up to P2, and that high side is just sneaking further and further up the grid.
Oh, there's another one down below the line there. Oh my gosh, these guys have got to be careful. That Jeffrey Vickery caught that yellow line in the tri-oval. I'm telling you, you got to stay away from that line or it will wreck you. This track and Daytona are two of the worst ones in the tri-oval like that. You do not want to, it just unloads the back of that car. You have absolutely no control over it sometimes. And, you know, the best thing you can do is just to hang on and just try to just move that steering wheel slightly. Don't make big moves because, boy, it will go around you. You do not want to wreck the field. That's not a good way to make friends, Yusuf.
No, it's not a good way to make friends. Unless you're trying to make friends with the guys right at the back of the order, they might appreciate some potential free positions. But look at that, Hunter Parsons. He's actually going to squeeze past and take the lead very, very temporarily from the current leader.
Now he's trying.
Now, yeah, just back down to P2. This has been a really good start. Everyone who's opted for that high side, it's paying off really nicely for them. There's a couple of stragglers right at the back of the field who are just starting to lose touch with this main group.
Yeah, now they're still in the draft. That's a good thing. They'll be able to reel right back up. But now we've got two guys that are way back off the pace. William Thompson, Andrew Hansley. These guys way back here, they're 15 seconds behind that lead pack. There is not enough time for them to get to the front. What they're hoping for right now is a caution to get them caught up. That's the only way they're going to be able to make up 15 seconds.
Indeed. So 9 laps to go here at Talladega. And still, you got your low side, you got your high side. Hunter Parsons starting to drop back a little bit, I feel, from the lead of the race on the high side. But right as I say that, onto the straight, just has that little bit more speed. Starting to close back in to that race lead.
Hey, Sports Crazy Boy, how you doing? How's everybody in chat doing? Hopefully you're enjoying the show here tonight. Got Yusuf. Say your last name, Yusuf.
Bin Sahel.
Bin Sahel. I'm sorry. It takes me a while to learn new names like that. I'm sorry, but
this is
from the
why I
UK.
should have just gone with milky cereal, right?
No, we can't have that. But anyhow, yeah. Guy we're working with tonight, and he'll be here back with us tomorrow night, folks. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night. We'll be at the iRacing Super Speedway, the 3-mile oval, the new thing, the fantasy track that came out on iRacing here in this last build. And it actually became pretty popular. The guys are hitting 240 plus miles an hour in the draft, and being able to handle that going into turn 1 in the dirty air is a handful. I'm going to tell you that right now. Well, Justin Botello has led every single lap so far. I'm going to take 6 to go. We've been caution free, folks, in this heat race number 2.
Yeah, I also tell you what, Hunter Parsons and the rest of the field on the high side, they're starting to drop back a bit. Hunter Parsons now down to P4. Struggling to keep up with Botello and Maines on that low side.
That could be by design, Yusuf, but you know, there's no sense in getting up there and pushing your car and making it hot. You could see the guy right behind him there. I think that's Jay Jensen. He could be just kind of saving his car right now and push on that last lap. You can get about 3/4 of a lap on these pushing like that now. Because of the heat that builds up in them engines, and boy, you cannot cool them down. Once they overheat, they just let go on you. So Jay Jensen really being patient on that push right now. 5 to go.
And speaking of that heat, high track temperatures as well here at Talladega, over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It's all about keeping those tires not too hot. Those engines, nice and cool as well. And how we're riding aboard with John Ernst.
Whoa! And,
He's gone sideways. He's somehow halted. That is fantastic stuff from John Ernst. But was there an incident behind? I think there was, because the caution is out.
Yep, J.R. Miller got caught up in that. Let's go back and take a look at that. Whoa, man, that was very unfortunate for these guys, but looked like somebody got kind of loose right here. Oh, right there. Yeah, okay. And 71 come down into the 78 there, J.R. Miller. And JR comes back up onto the track right in front of traffic, and that does bring out the caution. So we will be headed to the first green white checkered here for heat race number 2.
Yeah, that 78 slammed into the wall very, very hard.
Yes.
Well,
Yes, he
with
did.
only 4 laps to go,
Yeah,
we'll see it when we go green here at Talladega. But Justin Botello, as you said, he's led every single lap of the race, and I'm sure he will not be really fretting right now, and I'm sure he thinks he's got this one in the bag.
Right. Well, there's a guy we can talk to here. Let's see if we can get a word in with him. Jeffrey Wallace, do you have a copy?
I do. How are you?
I'm doing well, brother. Well, how's the race going for you so far? You've come from 18th to 9th. You're inside the top 10.
Yeah, no, it was a good start, actually. I got pretty lucky on the outside, found a couple spots on the inside, just kind of stuck where I'm at, and unfortunate, I think I got kind of lucky. Someone was blinking a little bit, so they had to drop back, so a little more comfortable than I was sitting 11th.
Yeah, I'll bet, yeah. Are you working with anybody up here right now?
Currently, no, I'm just kind of trying to stay clean and finish in the top 10.
But you use anybody you can to get to the front, correct?
You better believe I will.
I know that feeling. Well, so now you're going to have 2 to go when you guys go back green. Only two laps to fend off all of them guys behind you. Can you do it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think as long as it stays clean, we'll make it through. If I finish 10th, I'm happy. I just want to make it to the main event.
Well, if the aggression level comes out in some of these other drivers, how much more aggressive can you be to try to hold them off?
Oh, it's going to get real aggressive. I will definitely have a defensive line if I need it. But, too aggressive, it causes an accident and I end up not finishing. So I'm going to do as much as I can to keep it as clean as I can so that, we can cross that finish line.
Very good. All right. Well, good luck out there, Jeffrey. I hope you make it into the final round.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. Well, he's right on the cusp of losing it right there. 9th place. Yusuf, I mean,
Yeah.
that's close.
But you can tell that he's happy as well. Starting down in P18, he's had an absolutely fantastic drive, and it's just going to show that it doesn't matter where you start, you can climb up the order. And, even if you're starting down in something like P15, there's still a big chance of getting into that top 10. The lights haven't gone out on the pace car just yet, so I don't think it's going to be in this time around.
Yeah, I wonder, we got enough time here. Let's see if there's one more guy we can get a hold of here, William Thompson. William Thompson, you got a copy?
Yes, I got a copy.
Well, man, what do you got to do to finish this and get inside the top 10 right now?
Well, I just gotta find someone to work with.
Yeah.
Seems like I was trying to work with the 24. He was a little too squirrely there to pull into a draft.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm taking it that you really don't have anybody to work with right now. You're just kind of out there on your own.
Well, I guess I gotta pull the old Dale Senior. I guess backstretch I gotta pull below the apron and just try to side draft the best of it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a good analogy. I like that. Well, so if the aggression is going to be that tough out here, do you think you can outsmart these guys and out aggressive them and try to get the win, or just finish inside the top 10? What's your goal right now? Just top 10?
Well, my favorite driver has always been Jeff Gordon for a reason. And back in the 90s, he was always really aggressive.
There you go,
William,
man.
we were just talking to Jeffrey Wallace not too long ago. He started down in P18. He's currently up in P9. And you're starting in P16. Do you think you can, try to follow in his footsteps this race?
Is he there, William? You there?
I'm here, and I hear what they say, but if you're going to make the main and final, you have to be a little aggressive sometimes.
Yes, you do. All right, buddy, we'll let you go.
All
Good
right.
luck out there then.
10-4.
Yeah, it was almost like he didn't hear you, huh?
No, I think he was ignoring me.
Oh, well, maybe that could be too. It could be too. These guys, they're so focused, and
Yeah.
I usually don't like to talk to drivers when it comes down to this because I don't want to break their focus. Because believe me, a lot of people do not realize how laser focused you've got to be, especially when you're coming down to like this and you're starting where he's starting back there 15th or 16th. You've got to stay focused to try to get yourself to that front. He's got 4, 5, 6 drivers that he's got to pass to get there, and then hold them off to stay that. And he's got 2 laps to do it in, Yusuf.
Yep. Going to be a 2-lap sprint to the end. Lights off on the pace car. It will be in at the end of this lap. There it is, pulling off her to the inside. And once again, Justin Botello will lead the field away here at Talladega. When will he pull the trigger? We talked about how you don't want to get too much of a lead off the start, because then you're just going to be finding yourself a light snack for the guys behind. And there we go, Justin Botello pulls the trigger. The man in P2 will slot in behind in that number 1 car. Botello leads from mains.
Yeah, they've been like that since the drop of the first green flag. Them two have been able to pull away a little bit. Here's the problem right now, because here comes the freight train up behind him. Hunter Parsons wants this win. He's going to have 1 lap to go when they get to the line. 1 lap to try to make that pass. Is he going to be able to get Kyle Macy to go with him? Is he going to be able to get that whole line to go with him? That could change everything right there.
Hunter Parsons started in 7th. He made the right call by going to the high side on at that first race start. Now he's closing in on the front 2 at a vast rate of knots as we make our way into turn 4 for the penultimate time. Justin Botello under immense pressure from mains behind.
White flag, here we go, 1 to go. And as we've seen in the last heat there, it looked like nobody tried to pull out and pass. They just wanted to finish where they were finishing. But right now, Jeffrey Wallace, he's got a target on his back, and look at this. Here comes Jeffrey Vickery. He is going to try to make that run on the inside here. I'm not sure if that's going to hold up, but boy, Vickery's really out of shape right there. Oh my gosh, get a hold of it. And here they come to the line. Botello leading every single lap. Garrett Maines pulls out. Is he going to have enough to get there to the line? It's going to be close. And I think Botello got it. Yes, Garrett Maines will finish 2nd by 6 1/1000th of a second. That's how close it was at the line, folks. So very good.
That battle, yeah, super close. Pretty much hit 3 abreast across the line, 3 wide. But I think there was a contact. Either that was a battle for P10 or P11. Who got that final qualification spot?
Jeffrey Vickery. All right, well, we're going to get these guys. Now, this will be the 25 guys that made it in. The 5 of the fastest guys out there, which Rick Seabrands will be our pole sitter. He will be sitting on the pole, the top 5 here. John Garrett, Mark Mann, 3rd, Malik Ray, 4th, Jerry Bunty, 5th. Brandon Gagnon will finish in, or start in 6th. Justin Botello, just won heat race number 2. He will start 7th. Matthew Lee, 8th. Garrett Maines, 9th. Braxton DeWeese, 10th. Hunter Parsons, 11th. Kristen Sanford, 12th. Kyle Macy will start 13th. Dalton Martin, 14th. Jay Jensen, 15th. Ryan Battle, 16th. Matthew Baker, 17th. Joshua Avey will start in 18th. Wyatt Martin in 19th. Greg Welland will start 20th. Heath Snyder, 21st. Crystal King, 22nd. Carl Stanton, 23rd. Austin Trombley, 24th. And Jeffrey Vickery, that finished in 10th right there on that last heat race. Yusuf, he just made it in by the skin of his teeth by finishing 10th, and he will start 25th.
He'll just scrape in. What can he pull off? Could he pull off a miracle run and get into those top 5 spots? I'm going to keep my eye on Hunter Parsons. He had a great race start from P7 in Heat 2. Can he do something similar in the final?
Absolutely, yeah. He's going to be starting from the 11th place back here, but we'll keep an eye on him. I think he had the car. He just did not have a good teammate to push him up there, you know, or a good pushing partner, or whatever you want to call him, and a good drafting partner. So we'll see what he can do. Maybe his partner's in here with him now. We'll see what he can do. Rick Seabrand's bringing him to the line. This will be a 30-lap race here with 3 green-white checkers if they need them. They do have 1 reset, so if somebody does get out of shape or gets wrecked, they can come to pit road and get a new car. So, and a 22 incident limit. So remember that. Yep. Now, they can make it the whole way on a tank of gas. I'm assuming they're running 100% fuel. I did not look. Maybe you could look in the info tab. Oh, you can't. That's right. You're not in there. I'm sorry. My bad.
I'm also keeping an eye out for P14 man Martins, because remember, he started Heat 1 in pole. Didn't have a great race, dropped down the order, but he's definitely a driver who has a lot of pace and can climb up the order. The pace car pulls off for potentially the final time tonight as we get ready to go racing for the Talladega New Year's Bash 160. The 30-lap feature race is about to start.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, and the leader blinks out. Oh, no. Did he blink out or what there? Oh, my God. Rick Seabrand blinked out. I couldn't even get him on that start. Sorry about that, folks. He blinked.
Bit of flag coming in, but Rick Seabrand leads the way. The high side doing fairly well off the start, side by side, nose to tail, through turns 1 and 2, and it's pretty much going to be 3 abreast almost, but no, they pull out of it a bit too early to be going 3 wide, I think, Rudy.
Yeah, Malik Ray now, he is in, Malik Ray, yeah, he is on the outside there, but now he's getting a good enough push right now. That's another one of our black stripers in there tonight. So Malik Ray, one of the pro drivers, and wanted to wish him the best of luck in that pro series as well. So yeah, good to see him in here. Actually running a custom number there. It shows up as an 18, but his real number is 51. But he shows up as the number 18. On his inside, Mark Mann, one of my buddies. I've known him for, wow, a few years. Him and Rick Seabrands, I've known him for a long time, so wish him the best. Justin Botello, now that won that last heat race, he's kind of in a position right now, kind of boxed in there, so to speak.
Yep. And it's been, you know, we haven't really seen anyone go for anything crazy off the start. Yep. Justin Botello having gained a place. Malik Ray, a good start. Holding on to that P4 spot for now. How is Hunter Martin doing? Those were 2 of the drivers that I wanted to keep an eye out for, as it's getting very tight once again towards the front. Hunter Parsons, he is up at 2 PA, so he's only gained 1 position off the start. A good start nonetheless.
He's working at it, but Patello up to 7. Well, I should say he is in 7. Let's go to the back of this pack a little bit here. Ryan Battle and Matthew Baker. Showing some good battles going on back in the pack here. Matthew losing 1 position. Kristen Sanford back to 19th after starting 12th. Wyatt Martin in 20th. Austin Trombley waiting for Austin to drop the hammer here for 3 wide in the back here. And he makes it through that 3 wide safely.
Yeah, keeps on the track and doesn't go. Spinning good stuff from Austin Trombley. He starts to climb up the order somewhat. He's got a way to go if he wants to get in that top 5. And it looks like we're 3 abreast up ahead. I'm not sure who hasn't pulled out wide. That looks to be about P11 or something like that. But Rick Seabrand still leads us. Braxton DeWeese is going for the ultra high line.
Yeah, he's on the outside. Nobody's going with him. It would be really nice to see that 3rd line come in and them go 3 wide around here for many laps. I would love to see that. You talk about intensity, and I was talking about this earlier. The guys would be white-knuckling it really, really intently. And, I mean, it gets pretty nerve-wracking. And where it's really the worst, Yusuf, is in that middle groove. And you got guys to your right, guys to your left, behind you, in front of you, and believe me, there is no room for error. None. Don Garrett to the front. He's got enough of a run. Is he going to come down? No. I think he thought about coming down, but he waited just a hair too long. Yep. And Malik Ray looks like he backed off of him there. Malik might have been getting a little hot from pushing him.
Yeah, it might have been, but still, your race leader remains the same as it has been pretty much the entire race. Seabrand still untouched practically. John Garrett has a few cars getting nice and close to his rear end. Might give him a little push as well on the next straight.
Oh, here they go. They're going to go 3 wide. Malik Ray saying he's not waiting around. He is going to the high side. And bringing, that is Justin Botello with him. And they dropped it down into the middle. Nice pass. That's the way it's done. Contact in the back. Whoa. Yep. Be careful there, gentlemen. Be careful.
What, John Garrett has been absolutely swallowed. He's gone from P2 all the way down to about P8. He held his line and everyone else went ultra high, and he just had no one to work with.
Yeah. Here comes Garrett Maines up through now. He is trying to work his way up from the... Well, he was actually started 9th, but he got 8 up a little bit there. Now he's working his way back up. Looks like he's going to join in with Matthew Lee. Matthew started 8th, running in 10th. Braxton again to the high side. He's not giving up on that. He's just waiting for somebody to come up there with him.
Yeah, Braxton again looking for that high side, but in the end he just has to slot back in with everyone else. And again, he has a little look who will follow Braxton DeWeese.
Here we go.
Couple of cars, actually.
Yeah, here we go. Greg Welland's going to go with them. You get some guys that are brave enough to try that high side, and they may make it work. Joshua Abe, I'm not sure. Abe, I guess. He started back in 18th, and he's working with them guys on that high side. So 3 wide in the battle here.
Yeah, 3 wide, quite a few cars running 3 wide as well. Lap 7 of 30 here at Talladega. Do we dare to dream for a 4 wide as well, Rudy? Could potentially come through at some point.
I know it. I'm kind of looking for it. We may not see it, but you know, as we get closer to the end here, we may see it. And you guys are going to start getting a little over anxious. Hey, when you put that money on the line, would you say it was $300 for the win? Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these guys will do just about anything out here for $300, knowing how everybody's kind of in the hurt seat right now with this COVID stuff. And, you know, everybody could really use that extra dough right now.
Sure, everyone would pay for the next, quite a few next subscriptions on iRacing to come through.
Oh, we got a spin in the
background. That's a lot of cars involved there, Rudy, as well.
Ooh, wow,
That's
Ryan.
a 46. Yeah, Ryan Battle involved clearly in a battle, but he definitely didn't come out on top.
Yeah, let's go back and take a look at this. Yeah, there was some contact I seen before that, and I'm not sure what it was. Let's go back here, take a look and see how Ryan Battle got involved in that. Oh, right there. Looks like the car right ahead of him got loose. That was the number 57 of Kyle Macy. Got loose right in front of him. It's so easy to get loose in that dirty air. And if you make such quick movements on the wheel, which it kind of looks like he did, let me see if I can ride on board with Kyle and see what was going on with him right at that time. Find my camera. Where the heck is it? There it is. Let's ride along with Kyle Macy here, and let's see what happens to him. Now he's going into the corner, so naturally he's going to turn the wheel a little bit, but he made a quick movement right there, and that got that car out of shape, and then on from there, he's just riding along from there, and everybody gets collected into it.
Yeah, he was able to kind of save the car somewhat, but then he just makes contact with another driver as he's, makes that initial save, and, well, the rest is history.
Yeah.
Big incident. And a lot of drivers involved in that one.
Yes, there was. Well, they'll be coming to pit road to get it looked at. But our new leader, Malik Ray, out front. Well, a guy I have not talked to in a while. Now, I know he's got his mic muted, but I got to talk to my old buddy, Mark Mann here. Let's see what he's got to say. Mark, you got a copy? I know your mic's muted, but you got a copy? If he unmutes his mic. Mark Mann, hello, you got a copy?
Mark might just be focusing his hardest, starting in P4 up to P3.
That's all right. We'll talk to him again sometime. But anyhow, let's see, who else can we talk to here? Carl Stanton. We could talk to Carl. Let's see what he's got to say. Carl Stanton, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you started 23rd. You're up to 14th. You've made it about halfway through the field. What's it going to take for you to get up there and finish in the money?
Keyword is patience. You got to have patience with these, not long races, but 30 laps. A lot of people want to get up to first. You just got to be patient and find someone that can push you, or you can push and drive up there together.
Well, we were just watching Kyle Macy there. It looked like he made a very quick move on that wheel. With the 130-degree track temperature, that might have been a no-no on his part. But are you feeling in the dirty air? Are you feeling any, aero push around the car?
Oh, yeah. If you're on this bottom lane and you got someone above you, and you get a little on that yellow line or something, or you wiggle the steering wheel too quick, oh, yeah, you get loose and get out of the gas, and hopefully the guy behind you don't run you over.
Yeah, and man, we've seen that in heat race number 1 where guys it's like an accordion effect, when you try to check up to save that car like that, everybody checks up behind you. Some people that are back in the pack can't see through all the cars to see what's going on up there, got no time to react to that. Well, high speed's out here tonight. What would it mean to you to win this tonight and get $300 in your pocket?
I mean, everything, man. I've raced these Ian's racing a long time. I've come so close to the big money. I've won a couple of times, like $50, $100. But for the big finale, that'd be great.
Oh, heck yeah, man. That would, wow. The money in your pocket would be just really, really nice at this time, I think at this time of the year, starting the new year out right, couldn't ask for a better time to get that money, especially just coming out of Christmas and all that, so the money would be nice. Well, if you can't win the money, you have anybody you're working with to maybe try to get them to the front to put them into the money with you, or anybody helping you?
I don't really know anybody that I have a couple guys I usually race with, but they're all out of town because of Christmas. But I'm a lone wolf today.
Okay, all right. Well, we wish you the best of luck then out there, Carl. I think you're going to need it.
You Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right.
Tell you
Well,
what, Rudy, it's quite interesting talking to different drivers. Some of them mentioning how they think the name of the game is being patient. Others saying that it's pedal to the metal and being super aggressive.
Yeah. Well, I think in a longer race like this, I think you're going to see guys being patient for like the first half of the race. And I always say this, you know, you got the first half of the race, you want to race the track. The second half of the race, you got to race each other, you know? So I think in the second half, we're going to see the aggression level off the chart. These guys are going to really pick it up a lot. I think the 3 wide is going to be a thing. I don't think it's going to be a thing that people are going to think that when are they going to go 3 wide? I think they are just going to go 3 wide, because to get into that money, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to say, come on, go with me. I'll put us both in the money, you know? So it's all a preference out there. It's just how fast you want to handle it. You can't pedal right now. You cannot pedal it. You've got to go.
Yep, and Malik Ray will be looking to just go off this pace car restart. Lights are off on the pace car, so we will be racing 18 laps to go here at Talladega when that safety car peels in. And the pace car pulls over to the inside. Malik Ray will lead for the first time tonight. He just squeezed ahead of Seabrand, who had looked in control for those first 5 or so laps. I should say first 10 or so laps. When does Malik Ray pull the pin?
Green flag, green
It's going to be soon. Yep, and we are going here at Talladega. It's not a good run from Seabrand. He's going to have to slot in down to P3 off the pace car restart.
Yeah, and you know, it's a disheartening thing feeling that you know, I mean, he was out there and led the first 6 laps of the race, and you know, when you're in the lead position like that, Yusuf, you know that you're the sitting duck. You know, everybody out there wants that position. Whether he can get back around Malik and Justin Patello there, that remains to be seen. Now, the little bit of a gap back to Mark Mann right now in 5th. Mark's got to close that gap up or he's going to wind up losing that draft.
Yep. Top 4, 5, 6, and then a jump down to P7. But as we saw in Heat 2, that gap will close down very, very quickly. And you can already see that gap visibly dropping. Matthew T. Lee down to P7. He started in 8. And he's going to be the first driver to opt for the high side.
Yep.
And there's another that will follow. And a third as well.
Oh, yeah, and here they go. Here they go. Brandon going back to the outside. He says, I'm taking advantage of this. When you get in that bottom like that, all you can do is ride. The only way you're going to make any passes is you've got to get to that high side. But you don't want to go out there alone because you will go backwards. So seeing a bunch of guys go to the outside like that and Brandon jumping out in front of them, that's where he's going to get the speed. He's going to pull them guys. They're going to push him. And they're going to, look at this, they're marching their way right to the front.
Brandon Gagnon climbing up the order. The man who won the opening heat of the day. Didn't start the race at the front, but he definitely finished the race in the front. And to be fair, Rudy, probably an interesting dynamic of this whole heat system is that a few of these, you know, the drivers started in the top 5 despite them being the weakest in qualifying. They haven't had a race to practice in relative to, you know, all of the others.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they're racing with guys that they didn't get to race with in the first or second heat. So, but your driver here, Hunter Parsons, is on the outside. You know, I never like to be on the inside, maybe in the first part of the race, but the outside where it's at, where you're going to have to make them passes. And once you get down on that bottom, like you see where Rick Seabrands is at right now here, 6th place on the bottom, you kind of get boxed in down there. And look at this, Malik Ray again pulls to the outside to retake the lead from Brandon. And Brandon's sitting in his car going, no, I don't want to lose that lead. he's in the driver's seat right now. I mean, literally and not verbally, not literally, but he is. He's in a good spot right now. Brandon is, but whether he can keep that. And boy, he's getting some pretty heavy hits there from Justin Vitello. Vitello's giving him some good pushes on that back, but be careful there, Justin, because if that motor lets go, man, you are going to wreck the field. Yeah. And he goes to the outside. He needs clean air. Blocking. Whoa, Brandon tries to throw the block on him.
Yeah, that was a bit of an aggressive switch, and it almost cost him dearly.
Yeah.
Justin Vitello. And there it is. That time it is coming lean from Justin Vitello. Moves to the low side, moves down to the inside. But again, that high side is looking super dangerous. 3 wide, a little bit further down the order. And maybe not even become 4 wide pretty soon.
Yeah, it's like I said, you know, we are at 13 to go. But yeah, 13 to go. So when they get to 10 to go, it's all or nothing at that point. You cannot hold anything back at all. Get yourself into that money. You've got to finish in the top 5. Only the top 5 will win money here tonight.
And of course, the cleanest driver on the grid.
Yeah,
$70 for that cleanest driver. I have no idea who it will be at the moment.
Yeah.
But one thing I do know is Justin Vitello still leads the final race here at Talladega.
Yep, Brandon goes back to the outside. See, Malik Ray does not want anybody in front of him right now because that does not put him in the driver's seat. See, he just pushed Brandon back to the lead so Malik can retain that outside. And we've got a caution in back. Heath Snyder, and it looks like Dalton Martin in it. Oh, no.
Oh, Dalton Martin. The man who started Heat 1 in pole. He's been involved in some form of an incident.
Yeah, let's go back and see what happened here. Heath Snyder. Oh, right there it is. It looks to me like the 03 there kind of got down into him. That was Jerry Banty. He comes down into the 29 of Heath Snyder. That's where it started. They were about to go 3 wide. And Heath Snyder come up a little bit. Jerry Banty come down. And that's where the number 10 there, Dalton Martin. Boy, Dalton went for a heck of a ride. He's going to go straight to the wall here, it looks like, and he is going to hit it head on. Nothing he could do. Brakes locked up and hard hit. Wow. Takes the front end right off the car. Well, thank goodness for resets here, Yusuf. He'll be able to come to pit road and get a fresh car.
Yeah, he will indeed be able to do just that. 11 laps remaining here at Talladega. It's going to be a 10-lap sprint to the end, possibly. Brandon Gagnon leads the way. He will continue to do so once he meets the rear of the pace car.
Yep. See who we got that we could talk to. We don't have very many people left in Discord here that we can talk to. Everybody's bailed on us. I don't know why, but whatever. Well, maybe we'll get a word back in with Greg Wellen again. He seemed to be okay at the first part of the race. Now, I don't know if he was involved in that, but you want to talk to him?
Yeah, why not? Let's bring him in.
There you go.
See if we can have a quick word. Greg, how's the race going for you? You're currently in P23, involved in a couple of incidents. Can you get it all back together?
Yeah, so I saved my fast repair, and I'm heading in right now to use it. Hopefully I can get back up through there. The guys up front are being smart. They're doing what they got to do to keep us other guys back here.
You started a little bit down the field. What's the plan come that safety car restart? You going high, you going low?
I'm going to the middle. I tried going up 3 wide with the 8 car, and we just couldn't go anywhere, and it was surprisingly loose on entry. So I'm just going to play hopscotch up through the middle.
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right, Greg. Well, we'll let you go. Wish you the best of luck out there. Then get that win, brother. Get in the money.
10-4, guys. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I think for Greg, the nerves might start to be coming in, and you can't blame him after an incident. 10 laps to go.
Yeah.
You must be really starting to count your options at this point.
Right. Well, don't forget, folks, we do have 3 green-white checkers here if we need them. Now, we've seen we had to use a couple in the heat races. This is a few more cars out here, but everybody is still on the lead lap, all 25 of them. So this could turn out to be anybody's win here tonight. Absolutely anybody's. It's a shooting match. It's like a winning on the slot machine. I mean, it's anybody's win out here. Anybody one of these guys can pull it off. So a couple of pros in here: Malik Ray, Garrett Maines. Malik going to be starting on the outside of the front row on this restart. Garrett Maines has worked himself up from 9th up to 6th. Has been yet to get himself into the top 5, but close to it. Our pole sitter, Rick Seabrands, our pole sitter, mired back in 5th right now in that bottom row. That's where I don't want to be, Yusuf, because, boy, you get boxed in on that bottom and you just can't go anywhere. If that outside line starts moving and there's not an opening for you to get up there and get in that row, you just sit there and ride, Right now, he is in the money in 5th spot. Got a chance to win $100, but I'm sure that is probably not going to settle with Rick. He is going to try to pick it up here a little bit, I think, on these closing laps. So we're about to find out, because the lights just went out on the pace car. And Brandon goes to the high side. Malik Ray will start on the bottom. Good strategy move, I think, at this far in this point in the race.
Yeah. Those lights are out. 8 laps to go. Then when will the pace car pull over? When does Brandon Gagnon pull the trigger? I mean, we've already talked a bit about Malik Ray. We know he's quick. We know he's a pro driver. Can he show us exactly why?
Yeah, these pro drivers kind of like to play a little mind games with you. They like to, pretend that they're not really fast, and then all of a sudden, where did he come from? So keep an eye on Malik Ray and Garrett Maines. Those two are great drivers, and I want to congratulate both of them in the Pro Series, making it in there. So Black Strapers in here with these guys. But this kind of, I've always said this in a lot of the, I know a lot of the pro drivers that race in other leagues that I broadcast in. They can't be beaten. They can't be beaten. Just because they're pro drivers doesn't mean that they can't be beaten, And I'm not saying that in disrespect of them, because I respect them guys highly. All of them. They are great drivers, deserve to be where they're at. But they can be beaten. All right, here we go. Back to green. Gonna be 8 to go.
They can be beaten indeed. When does the pace car pull in? Brandon Gagnon will lead the way in the 83 car. Malik Ray in the number 18. Brandon Gagnon high side. Malik Ray on the low side. Pace car will be pulling in. We are ready to go racing once again. We talk about when the drivers will pull the trigger. With Brandon Gagnon, I think it's not that late, but it's not early either.
Yeah, he's holding them back here. All right, they're picking up speed now. Here they go. Oh, some bumping and banging going on a little bit. Be careful there, guys. Wow. And that kind of really slowed up the 18 there. He really could not do much right there. He goes back to the outside, but Brandon retains the lead. Matthew Lee and Garrett Maines now up to 3rd. So keep an eye on Garrett Maines and Malik Ray. Let's see what they do. Here they go. They're going to the outside. They're teaming up. The 2 pro drivers teaming up. Oh, boy.
And this might affect the battle behind 4P6. The top 5, those are 5 spots that offer prize money. Is a 5-way battle, but it's slowly becoming an 8-way battle because your previous race leader is closing in, and that is the Seabrand right back in the action. Four rows of 2 cars as they make their way now to start the 7th last lap of the race. 7 laps to go here at Talladega.
Garrett Maines led that lap by a mere inch. I'm telling you, it was so close at the line. He beat Brandon to the line. Oh, but man, look at the gaggle of cars up here right now trying to stay in this top 5. Rick Seabrand's 5th. Now Justin Botello on the high side. He is not in the top 5, but if they can get that outside line working together, they've got to stay nose to tail, keep it tight, not so tight that they overheat, because overheating is just going to make your engine blow up. So you got to be careful with that. Going to the outside, Joshua Abbey. He's looking for some help up there. Not going to get it right now. He's going to have to duck it back in line.
Yeah, he will duck it in. I think the guy just a couple of cars ahead was having a little think about going on to the high side as well. 3 abreast in the background, and those are 2 cars working together. Yeah, and now more cars are going for 3 abreast. There's 1 car left stranded in the middle. And we saw that happen a little bit earlier on in this very race. It's happening once again with 6 laps remaining here at Talladega.
And they're coming around to take 5 to go. Malik Ray drops it to the bottom. That leaves the outside open for Justin Botello. This will be interesting here at the line now. Malik Ray leads that lap, but Garrett Maines got shuffled out there. Everybody dumped him off in that middle row. That shuffled him back to 6th place right now. Just outside the money, I should say. And Rick Seabrands now takes over that 6th spot on the inside. So those guys battling for that money spot right there. Only pay out to the top 5 right now. Matthew Lee inside, outside. It keeps switching. Oh, hang on to it. Malik Ray safe. Oh, they're wrecking. Oh my gosh, they are wrecking. Oh my gosh, John Garrett involved in that. We got cars flipping everywhere. Carl Stanton. Oh, let's go back and take a look at this. Unfortunate for these guys. I did not see where somebody got loose there. I did see that, but
I think it's the number 5 car who has
right there.
Ooh, the number 22.
Yeah, the number 22 there. That was Hunter Parsons, your driver. Oh, but
no,
you know, I wanted to look at this. Look at Malik Ray. He was sideways right there. He got a big hit from Brandon in the back. That's what kind of started it a little bit. And when these guys checked up, that's what started it. And it looks like Hunter Parsons seen it, dove to the outside. And when he did, there was a car there, and he collects him. And that car was the number 8 there, Braxton DeWeese. Wow, that was unfortunate for those drivers. And there's a lot of cars caught up into that right there, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, man. Unfortunate.
Just veers out. And I wonder if he was just losing the back end ever so slightly, just trying to let the car out wide to catch it, or if he, as you said, Rudy, just tried to avoid an incident, but huge crash in the background. And well, Matthew Baker, he's dropped down. He's in 17th. I think there was another driver who started P2. He's all the way down the order. So some really big incidents for quite a few big names.
Yeah. Now, Carl Staton, I think, let's see, I think he wound up flipping on his lid. I think he's not done rolling yet. And I think he wound up having to take he had to tow to pit road. Look at that. That's very unfortunate for Carl. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, that looks like the engine's gone as well. All the radiator plumes of smoke coming through from the car.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Rudy, there's only 3 laps to go. It's going to be a 2-lap sprint to the end when the pace car does eventually come in.
The first green, white checker.
Botello, where's this come from Justin Botello? He's all the way up in P2 now.
No, he's a leader.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's a leader.
So he keeps switching because they're side by side. Apologies for that.
Yeah, Christian Sanford second, Malik Ray third, Garrett Maines fourth, and Matthew Lee in fifth. Matthew trying to hold on to that fifth spot right now to stay in the money. And boy, I'll tell you what, everybody behind him wants to be in that money. Look at Rick Seabrands, our pole sitter for tonight. He is mired back in 8th place. They're behind Joshua. Mark Mann, ninth. Golly.
DeWeese and Martin, probably two of the biggest names who dropped down the order. But what happened to Malik? Because he's not even in the top 8 from what I can see.
Who? Dalton Martin?
No. Malik.
Oh, Malik Ray, yeah, he's in third.
Oh yeah, Malik Ray is third. Pardon me. Well, let's see. Are the lights out on that pace car? No, they are not.
Yeah, they're still flashing, but they'll probably go out this time by, because I think everybody that's out on the track is going to be on the track. And it looks like Carl Staten he had a reset. What cost him that lap down was he had to tow to pit road. So, be careful. He's going to wind up losing it. Golly, be careful, man. You can't come off that. Oh, he's going to get a black flag right there. Oh, man, that's just one thing leading to another. It was unfortunate.
One thing I know he definitely is not going to be getting is the cleanest driver money.
Yep.
That $70 is well and truly gone. I do wonder if anyone has had an incident-free set of races.
Yeah. I would have to say probably one of the only ones would be maybe Garrett Maines, maybe Justin Botello. Now, I don't know if Malik Ray got it. Well, Malik Ray got sideways, so I'm not sure if that's going to affect him. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe, maybe Brandon. He might have got an incident free. I guess it's going to be up to, no, he's got damage on the front. He's got a little bit of damage on the front.
I mean, we talked about how the drivers who, qualified in the top 5 and started the race had a disadvantage because, they hadn't had a race previously, to get used to everything. But then at the same time, that's one less race to pick up incident points.
Yeah. See the damage on the front there he's got?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now whether that was an incident, it might not have been an incident,
I mean, you'd have to think that he was high side and maybe someone just came across him ever so slightly. Or maybe it was just bump drafting. But
well, we'll try to get Ian up here at the end, and I'm sure he's probably going to want to congratulate these guys and tell them about the money that they won and stuff. But now they're not in here, so I don't know. We may have to give them a little bit of time to get them in here so we can talk to the top 3. But here we go, back to green. Justin Botello, Christian Sanford outside, Malik Ray starting 3rd, Garrett Maines 4th. Matthew Lee, Brendan Gagnon, I guess. That's your top set.
You're getting closer with each time, Rudy.
Pace car's in. This could be the final restart. This is the first of 3 green-white checkers.
Yeah, 3 laps to the end, Rudy. What can Justin Botello do? He's leading for the first time tonight. On the low side, can he make it work? When does he pull the trigger?
Green.
There he goes. He got a little bump from Malik Ray to get him going.
Yeah, Malik Ray just helping him out ever so slightly. And it looks like it will pay off. Malik Ray up into P2. That's exactly what he needs with 2 laps to go here at Talladega.
Now, if they can make it back to the line, they'll get the white flag. But boy, it looked pretty busy in the back here. We got some 3-wide action going on. Hunter Parsons up the middle. He wants in the action.
Yeah, Botello leads from Malik Ray, from Maines and Stanford in a P4. Where has Stanford come from? Seabrand down in P7.
Garrett Maines goes.
In a P8. Here we go, though. 3,
Garrett Maines.
In a set of 3.
They're going to get the white flag, so 1 to go. No more overtime tonight. Garrett Maines leads that lap. He's getting some good push there from Matthew Lee, but Malik Ray on the bottom is pushing the daylights out of Justin Botello right now. Only the top 5 make it into the money, folks, and we've got a 6-car pull away here from the pack. Garrett Maines again out front. Botello is man, it's going to be close at the line if Garrett Maines can get that run on the outside. And I think Matthew Lee is telling him, hang on, because I'm not backing off of the gas. And at the line, it's going to be Justin Botello's going to bring it home tonight. Congratulations, $300 winner right there. Congratulations, Garrett Maines and Malik Ray. That will be your top 3. All right, folks, give us a minute here. We'll try to get a word in with some of these guys, so stay with us. All right, while we're waiting for the guys to come into Discord here, folks, let's run down through the final results here. All right, Justin Botello comes home with the win. Garrett Maines will finish 2nd. Malik Ray 3rd. Matthew Lee 4th. Christian Sanford in 5th. Brandon Gagnon will finish in 6th place. Mark Mann 7th. Heath Snyder 8th. Rick Seabrands, our pole sitter, will finish in 9th. Austin Tromley 10th. Jay Jensen 11th. Crystal King 12th. Hunter Parsons will finish 13th. Joshua Abe will finish 14th. Kyle Macy 15th. John Garrett 16th. Jeffrey Vickery 17th. Jerry Banty 18th. Matthew Baker 19th. Dalton Martin will finish in 20th. Carl Stanton 21st. Ryan Battle 22nd. Braxton DeWeese 23rd. Greg Welland 24th. And Wyatt Martin 25th. All right, looks like maybe we got Garrett Maines in here. We could talk to Garrett. Let me see if I can get him down here. Oh, we got Ray in here too. Very good. We got both of those guys in here. Let me see if I can get, okay, there's Garrett and Malik. We got these two in here. Garrett, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Garrett, it's so good to see you. First off, I wanted to congratulate you. I mean, at least you got into the money here tonight. 2nd place, that's going to pay out $180. Not a bad payday for a couple hours of your time, huh?
Yeah, definitely happy to take that. The move that J-Bo and Malik made, I knew it was coming, and I knew how to counter it, and I'm screaming at the guys I'm working with, move up, move up, move up. And I was pushing the wrong button. So I wasn't coming over iRacing chat. So, like, he didn't get the message to move up until way too late. That was definitely the difference. I think we could have potentially been in a really good position, but I mean, it is what it is. It worked out at the end of the day, and we had a really, really good shot there at the end. I was 100 yards from cleanest driver, but it is what it is. That's how it goes.
Yep. I know.
I'm actually looking back at the replay, and it was warp. We didn't even actually touch. So
man,
that's.
But you got an incident.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, you hate that, man. Well, you kept your car in, inside that top 10, and that's what you needed to do. Knowing that it is so hard, I'm sure you've raced thousands of these races like this, hundreds, maybe 100, and knowing that, it's so important to be aggressive, but not over aggressive. That we didn't see the 3 wide here that I thought tonight. The outside line just wasn't working. What was up with that?
Yeah, I think some of it was there wasn't enough confidence for people to put it 3, just because I don't feel like there were enough people that wanted to do it to make it a viable option. It was more risk than reward, with the top 5 paying so much and nothing else being paid out after that. It was just kind of one of those moves that I think people were reluctant to make. But I mean, it was something that that won Jabo the race. I mean, when he did put me 3 wide, his entire lane went with him. So
Right.
that's teamwork for you, though. I mean, that was a perfectly orchestrated move, and we almost had the perfect counter for it, but communication wasn't on par there with me. But still, I mean, I can't even be upset. Like, we still got the finish, basically,
Right.
that we wanted. So
Well, I gave you and Malik a couple of shout outs during the race. I wanted to congratulate you guys for making it into the Pro Series. That is so awesome. Good luck in that out there. But just getting back to this here, I mean, I root for all you guys. I think you guys are just outstanding, amazing drivers. Garrett, I've watched you race for a long time. I've watched Malik race for a long time, and I know you guys are great racers. So I wish you the best of luck in that. But now, if there, what could you have done different to try to pull out this win here from Justin?
yeah, honestly, at that point, nothing. Once he made the move for the lead, if we had countered it, I mean, that would have been a totally different story. But I learned that, by the way, this year on how to do that. But it was just a little too late. I was gonna be sitting duck regardless. I just needed everybody else on the same page as me. But it was, like I said, at that point, it was too late. By the time I actually got the message to key up. So, but I mean, got to give it to Malik. Like, I knew he was the person, that was really going to need to be contained. Like, if we gave him the outside line, especially when he was outside leading the second row, I knew what he was doing. Same thing I'm going to do. I'm not going to like clear myself.
Yep.
So I knew the games he was playing. He's really good at this. So
Oh yeah.
he was the person we had to look out for because he was going to be up there. Just couldn't quite make it work out.
Well, I'll tell you what, great race out there tonight, Garrett. At least you come out of here with $180 in your pocket. That's something for the new year to start out with, and Happy New Year, by the way. Well, anybody you want to shout out to or thank for tonight's race?
Yeah, I got to thank Smithfield, 101 CBD, SimSeats, Strickland Hardy, Lennox, Bradley Mechanical, all the guys at Elliott Sadler Esports for all their help throughout the Pro Series and the Road to Pro Series, for basically giving me the opportunity to even to make it to the Coke Series. Wouldn't have been able to do it without them. And also shout out to Richmond Raceway Esports for all their support as well.
Very good job here tonight, Garrett. And like, again, best of luck to you in the Pro Series. I'm telling you, I watch them a lot, and man, I'll tell you what, you're in some very, very, very stiff competition out there, man. I'm telling you, them guys are good. So the best, all the best to you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right. You got second place there, Yusuf. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Can do as
Malik Ray?
yeah, Malik Ray. You got P3. I have written down.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. You were running in the lead for a while, and then, I mean, what went wrong?
Well, I think Jabo went high on me, and me and him were in the same channel. So he went high, and then he cleared me, and then a caution came out. That's all it was.
Fair enough. And, at the end, I could see, we saw you right on the back of Jabo for so long, and it looked so tight between you and Garrett at the end. What were the emotions like? What were the emotions like on that final lap?
I was screaming the whole time. I was trying to get Jabo to win because I was pinned down, so like I couldn't go high or low. So I was just trying to make sure that I could push him, as hard as I could, so that way, he could end up winning the race, and he did. So that's what's up.
Awesome. And as Rudy asked to Garrett as well, any shout outs, anyone you'd like to thank?
My boy Jabo, everyone at SimSeats, and Dead Zone, and Ian Martin for putting on the whole event, and you guys for broadcasting. I appreciate you guys, so thank you.
Thanks. Rudy, I think I'll throw back to you to interview our race winner.
Okay, yeah, well, I wanted to congratulate Malik there and let you know, Malik, we watched you coming up through there, and it was looking pretty interesting. And I wanted to wish you all the best of the luck in the Pro Series too. And man, I'll tell you what, it was great seeing you back out on the track again. Good job. And you also win $135 too.
Nice. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you'll have to get a hold of Ian for that. He's taking care of all that. But yeah, $135 to third place. That's not a bad payday.
No, sir. It is indeed not.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get up here to our winner, Jabo. You come home with the win here tonight. Man, I'm telling you, what a win it was, huh?
Yeah, that was great. That was a crazy race. I got to thank Malik for everything right there at the end. He was doing great. He's a great guy and pushing me like that. That was awesome. It's phenomenal.
Well, yeah, you can't. Yeah, I don't think there's anything you could thank him more for that right there, because, well, you were really impressive out there with the run tonight, and you're actually running the sponsor on your car, Fort Worth, Texas Screen Printing. That, hey, it can't be much more better fitting than putting that car in victory lane here tonight.
Yeah, I saw they were sponsoring the race. I thought that was really cool, and to get them leading a lot of laps, and we led the whole heat. That was really cool, and we got out there, so a lot of exposure on the sponsor. But overall, it was a great race. We had a great time. A lot of people were working out there together, and at the end of the day, I feel like there's a couple of people I wanted to work with, and it was pretty wild. But we had a great time, and we had a good win and great solid finish right there.
Well, I know that you're $300 richer by winning tonight. That's pretty awesome payday for you.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. I can't believe it. This is the second time this has happened. I can't believe it.
Well, luck's being on your side. That's a good thing, You don't want luck to fall away. So, well, anybody you want to thank for tonight's win?
Malik, first of all, he did a lot right there at the end of the race, and working with him the whole time was great. And I want to thank Fort Worth Screen Printing for sponsoring the race and sponsoring me every week, every day. They're awesome people, and thank you to them for sure. Splash and Go Graphics, great painter, and everybody that's a part of my Twitch channel.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a heck of a race out there, and congratulations again, man. Don't spend all that $300 in one place now. Make sure you take your girl out for a dinner or spend it on something really cool,
Oh yeah, we will. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for broadcasting.
Yes, sir, Justin. Well, congrats again. All right.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, Yusuf, I guess we're done here. We've already ran down through the final run there, but congratulations to Justin Botello. And thank you, Yusuf, for helping out tonight. And I can't wait to see your reaction tomorrow night when you get to see some of these guys may be in that race tomorrow night that we're going to be covering at the iRacing Super Speedway. So that's going to be pretty intense. But tonight's race, it was intense, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was crazy. And if tomorrow is anything like today, it is going to be an absolute banger. So to all of our viewers, make sure you don't miss all of the action tomorrow evening. Put it in your diary and all that as well.
Yes. Mark that on your calendar, folks. Make sure you're here tomorrow night. We'll be live here. Yusuf will be in the booth with me. And again, I can't thank you enough, Yusuf, for helping out tonight. This has been just an awesome way to get you on board here at MaxspeedTV and help out a little bit. It's pretty cool. Yusuf from the UK, folks, I want to make sure everybody knows that he's one of our UK friends and a very, very nice gentleman. So give him a shout out there in chat. All right. Well, thanks for watching tonight, folks. And we'll catch you next time. Till then, stay safe. Have a good night and Happy New Year to everybody.